WiseGuyBets here with some picks from DFS main slate. We got 15 games on the slate tonight. Today's date is 8/17/2021, and we're going to get right into it and look at the pitcher position. At pitcher, I'm going for a little value tonight. Going with Vladimir Gutierrez for Cincinnati. His projection on that is 12.2 fantasy points. He has 58 strikeouts on the season. His ERA is 3.95. He's pitching around 5.7 innings per game. He's averaging 14 fantasy points for 14 games. His last 3 games have been 23, 23, and 23. He's 7,000 on DraftKings. The Cubs are batting 5 for 15 against him, 333. His last 5 against the Cubs has been 0, 0, 0, 13, 19. I like the way he's pitching recently over his last 5 games. I like that Cincinnati is fighting for a playoff spot. That means everybody's level is going to be up a little bit. Cubs not really fighting for anything. I really like the way Cincinnati's playing right now, and I think Gutierrez can easily eclipse his 12.2 projection for tonight. I think he gets us around 20 fantasy points tonight. So Gutierrez is someone I'm going to try to get into my lineup tonight at the pitcher position. Let's look at the catcher position. At catcher, I'm looking at Carson Kelly for Arizona. His projection on that is 10.4 fantasy points, which is very high. He's batting .262 on the year. He's getting around 3 at-bats per game. His last 3 games fantasy point-wise have been 27 and 3. He's averaging 7 fantasy point over 63 games. He's 3,600 on DraftKings. He's 0 for 1 against the pitcher he's facing. His last 5 against the pitcher, last 5 against Philadelphia is 0, 0, 14, 0, and 3. I like him in this position. I like his projection for tonight. Mr. Kelly is someone I'm definitely going to try to get into my lineups tonight at the catcher position. Let's look at the first base position. At first base, I'm looking at Joey Votto. He may be my main guy for tonight. He's batting 13 for 34 against the pitcher he's facing with a .382 average, 6 singles, 3 doubles, 4 home runs. As you can see, 7 of his 13 hits has been extra base hits against this pitcher. His projection on that is 9.2 fantasy points. He has 26 homers on the season. He's batting .284. He's getting around 3.6 at-bats per game. He's averaging 9 fantasy points over 90 games. His last 3 games has been 2, 2, and 15. Against Chicago, his last 5 has been 20, 28, 34, 21, 15. You don't get much better than that. He obviously plays well against Chicago. Again, Cincinnati is playing very well right now, making a run for that playoff spot, and everybody's level is going to be up a little bit. And Joey Votto is someone I want to try to get into my lineup tonight at the first base position. Let's look at the second base position. At second base, I'm looking at Adam Frazier for San Diego. His projection on that is 8.4 fantasy points. He has 4 homers on the season. He's batting .315. He's getting around 3.9 at-bats per game. His projection, he's averaging 7 fantasy points over 116 games. His last 3 games fantasy point-wise has been 0, 5, 3. It's 3,900 on DraftKings. I like that. He's 5 for 19 against the pitcher he's facing. 1 single, 4 doubles. I really like the over-under of 12.5 or projected run total. He's batting late off. I see him getting 5 at-bats easily if things go the way it's planned. His last 5 against Colorado has been 0, 5, 7, 4, and 3. So let's see what he does tonight. I think he can kind of have a bounce back night to get out of this little mini slump that he's in. So Adam Frazier is someone I'm trying to get into my lineup tonight at the second base position. I really like the salary too of $3,900. Let's look at the third base position. At third base, I'm looking at Mike Moustakes. Hope I pronounced it correctly, for Cincinnati. Again, another player from the Cincinnati game. His projection is 8.9 fantasy points. He's batting .229. He's getting around 3 at-bats per game. He's averaging 6 fantasy points on the season. His last 3 games, fantasy point-wise, been 202. He's 4,900 on DraftKings. He's 4 for 16 against the pitcher he's facing. 2 singles, 1 double, 1 home run. This game right here sets up for Cincinnati to have a big night, maybe a possible stack team in Cincinnati, but I'm taking Mike in this position. His last 5 against the Cubs have been 18, 2, 0, 4, and 23. I like him in this position. I'm taking Mike at the third base position tonight. Let's look at the shortstop position. At shortstop, I'm looking at Trevor Story for Colorado. His projection on the night is 9, 15 homers on the season, batting .258. He's getting around 3.7 at-bats per game. He's averaging 8 fantasy points over 104 games. His last 3 games, fantasy point-wise, has been 14, 3, and 11. It's 5,300 on DraftKings. It's 3 for 7 against the pitcher he's facing. 1 double, 2 home runs. So, and not in limited size, he's had success against his pitcher. All 3 of his hits has been extra base hits against the pitcher. 1 double, 2 home runs. I really like the over-under run projection total of 12. His last 5 against San Diego has been 5, 0, 9, 3, and 11. I like Trevor Story in this position tonight. I'm going to try to get him in as many lineups as possible. Let's look at the outfield position. At outfield, I'm looking at Connor Joe for Colorado, another player from this Colorado game. Really like his salary at $2,800. His projection on the night is 8 fantasy points. He has 7 homers on the season. He's batting .291. He's getting around 2.7 at-bats per game. See, in his last 3 games, he's gotten 4 at-bats per game. He's averaging 6 fantasy points over 47 games. His last 3 games, fantasy point-wise, been 2, 6, and 19. He has a .925 on-base percentage against lefties, and the San Diego pitcher gives up a .996 on-base percentage against righties, so it kind of adds up for him to have a good night. He's batting leadoff. I can see him getting 5 at-bats if he played the whole game. His last 5 against San Diego has been 0, 19, 10, 3, and 19. Plays very well against San Diego. And Connor Joe, what a name. I like that name too. Is someone I definitely want to get into my lineups tonight in the outfield. So those are my picks for today. Go ahead and hit that like button if my picks help you. And be sure to subscribe to my channel so you know when new videos are posted. We try to post videos daily. Hope you learned something from the video. Thanks for watching.